And I wanted to share with you this thing about daydreaming in my life which happened. In 2018, Ed, I was 37 in this timeline, and I believed I was going to die. And I wanted Ed to die because I believed that there was no way to reach you in this timeline. And if I died, that would be the quickest, fastest way. And I wanted to save my child as well. So I decided to do meditation to look into what's holding me back from leaving. Why do I keep living? Why do I keep taking this level of pain and not going? And I did my meditation, Ed, and to my shock, Ed, what came out was this snippets, Ed, and flashes of memories, Ed, of daydreams that I had had in my childhood years and early teenage years. I was like, what? And then out came suppressed memories of Granddad mentioning those people as if they were real. Now, when I was a child, Ed, Granddad was someone he was both in my reality and both out of it, Ed. Because he would come and go, Ed. Sometimes, and a lot of my communication with him was in the astral. So for me, there was no, delineation of which was reality and which, was it in the astral or what. In my childhood, Ed, that was how it was. And even later. So I never checked into what Granddad said. But now, Ed, in 2018, I was like, hold on a second. So I had this daydream scene going on from when I was maybe 5 years old, where I would see this whole family, their relatives, their colleagues, their classmates, their teachers, all of them. I had this whole community, Ed, in my head going on that I thought was daydreaming. But here was Granddad, Ed, talking about them like they were real people out there. So here in 2018, I was like, what? And Ed, that whole daydreaming scene, it had gotten so thick in my head, Ed, that when I was an early teenager and I joined Pentecostal church, I was given to believe that daydreaming was evil, and I had to stop it because the devil gets in. And my daydreams, that they had started to have romantic scenes in them, and I was like, oh, the devil is taken over my mind and poisoning me and all that. And so I completely stopped it. I stopped it completely and forgot about it. And now here in 2018, when I'm trying to leave this life, is coming up as the reason why I can't leave this life. I was like, oh my God. And I was like, okay, so here's the deal, okay? Let's write this. Let me look at this whole scene again, this whole daydream scene. And it was entertaining, it was lovely. So why don't I write it up as fiction? Write it as a book as fiction. That way I get it off my chest and I can leave. So then I go back into the meditation, Ed, and I tell God, open my eyes, open my spiritual vision one more time, and let me see what it was that I was seeing then. Let me see it, and I will write it exactly as it is. I told God, I'll just write what I see, absolutely nothing else, and I'll get it out my system. I'll get it out my system. So, Ed, that's what I did. And I came up with this, I think more than 675 or something like that, Ed, pages of the story of this family or in places I've never been. I wrote it and published it as the book Sara in the Wheelwork. And I just wanted to say that book got published, got banned so quickly. So quickly. I was like, what? Why? Anyone who reads it will be like, oh, this is the fantasy of, I mean, come on, there's so much love and shove and all of that in the, like, it's, you read the book. I think you probably read it, Ed, and it's got like some hot love scenes and all, which, by the way, I was just describing, I wasn't imagining. But the first comment people give me are like, the lovemaking is hot. And one man said, young male sexuality has never been described in words so well. And I was like, then why did it get banned? you know. And at the moment, Amazon allowed it to be published again. And one or two other places that they kind of decided it's all right. Maybe post 2020 they got other problems, bigger problems, maybe. I don't know. But I just wanted to tell you about it, Ed. That, you know, that's my story about daydreaming. Make of it what you will.